Welcome to beautiful Pahrump, Nevada at the pretty nice Prairie Fire Range out here. We're here for day one of the PCSL Gun Championship, and since they have Sight and Bay, we're going to take advantage of that. We're going to test fire our guns a little bit and just get a little bit warmed up before it's time to shoot this afternoon. Not exactly ideal for warming up pistol right here because we're shooting at, I don't know, that might be like 70, 60 yards. So that's not quite how far the pistol targets are in the match, fortunately, but we rang the steel a little bit and we got a little bit warmed up. So now it's time to go check out the stages for today and we're gonna shoot. Word from today's sponsor, because he literally sponsored my slot for this match. Yeah. Mr. Hunter Constantine, the maker of the belt. Use code GUNTHOTS for a coupon. I thought it was Thots. For Thots? I don't know. I think I made multiples. Okay. Try any combination of gun and dot. Figure it out. Guns. Figure it out. You'll figure it out. Yeah. Something like this. Yeah. This is the new inner belt. Pretty cool. But we're not here to talk about the belt. We're here to talk about the PCSL. PCSL, Practical Competition Shooting League. This is my favorite match of the year. Hands down. It's so much fun. Okay. Very dynamic. A lot of rifle, a lot of pistol, big stages. We have this beautiful terrain that he'll cut to some cool stuff right now. Why don't we just turn around? Flip it? Yeah, over here. And let's show them what we're talking about. Look at this. Look at this stage. Look at this. Flat range? Scenery. I don't think so, but we still are punching out and going to work. Look at the scenery. Mountains. I did not know that Nevada could look so nice. I know. I just thought it was like lot lizards and cigarettes. Once you get into Pahrump, it is, yeah. But it's super fun. It challenges your skills. It makes you a better shooter. And why would they want that? So they can defend themselves in the streets. Do you think that it's cool to own guns, but it's cooler to be able to shoot your guns well? Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. If you just have a bunch of Gucci shit and you know how to shoot it, you're If you have a bunch of Gucci guns, it's not that cool if you can't hit anything. What are you looking forward to? What am I looking forward to? Yeah. I'm looking forward to this. This looks pretty fun. We got pistol clays. The pistol hit a popper, clay goes up, shoot the clay with your pistol. Don't tell them about that because I might miss and then. Stand by. So just shot the first stage of the match for me. It went kind of bad. I had a Delta, a mic, and a no-shoot. Had pretty bad first stage jitters here, and definitely it was reflected in the hits. Those far away targets downrange. I was having a hard time finding the stable position that I wanted. It's a little bit different from what I'm used to doing, but hopefully we can pick things up on the next one. That was sort of the long range shooting stage, so I think we can turn things around now. Come here. Get up here. Hey, sit. Wait. Wait. Hey guys, it's me and Ripley from the future. You might have not been able to tell because I have my PCSL t-shirt on right now, but we are actually not at the range right now. We're at home. Well, hey, speak. We're going to be popping in and out of here a few times because there are moments in the video where the audio was just unintelligible, or I just wasn't really satisfied with the things that I said in the moment. So I'm taking the time now to explain them a little bit better. And please bear with me if my voice sounds a little bit funny. I think I'm coming down with a cold. To get this first little cutaway started, I have a Christmas present for all of you gear whores out there. We're going to talk about the gear setup that I used for this. So I used my USPSA belt. I just took this back mag carrier off and replaced it with one of these high-speed gear tacos, and I zip tied another one of them horizontally to the belt so I could do something like this. Come from the rifle, pull it out of there, and go straight up and in. I liked how that worked. And if I were to create a dedicated PCSL type of belt, I think that I would use something like that. It seemed pretty good. Even when I went prone, it wasn't too big of an issue. The other thing that I think is worth noting was I didn't use any different holster or anything. I used my USPSA holster. I just tightened the little screws on it down really hard so that I could shake it upside down and the gun wouldn't fall out. And this did make the gun stay put. It also just made it snag a few times throughout the match. You'll probably see it happen in the footage. It's definitely there. Now let's talk about what guns did I use, and we'll start with the pistol that I ran. I used this Shadow 2. It has the slide direct milled for SRO footprint. And I mean SRO because they take part of the top of the slide off, by Stonebridge Gunworks. But I am running the Holosun 507 competition, liking it a lot so far. This pistol has some aftermarket springs in it, some dremeling, and a short reach disconnector, and that is about it. The grips are the aggressive grips from Patriot Defense, and they are a nice palm swell, as you can see. I decided that I was not going to change it in any way from how I run it for USPSA carry optics, so I didn't add a magwell even though I could have, and I chose to start with the hammer fully decocked because I run slim safeties with an extra power safety spring to make it a little bit harder to bump the safety on and off. This also meant that I was dropping the magazine and racking around out of the gun every time I threw it into one of the dump bins. You'll see that throughout the video. And that was, again, because I just find these safeties a little bit hard to mess with. So that just seemed easier and faster for me. Let's get into the rifle setup that I used for this match. In PCSL for 2-gun, there are 2 divisions. There's competition and practical. The competition division is basically open, so you would see pistols with ports or compensators, and you'd see rifles with lightweight bolt carrier groups and really aggressive muzzle brakes. For rifles in practical, we have to run a full mass bolt carrier group, as well as no muzzle brakes that have exposed braking baffles. So let's talk about the rifle that I used. In here, I've got a Geisley enhanced bolt carrier group that I bought in a Blem sale. I've got a Blem Geisley rail, 16-inch ballistic advantage Hansen barrel with a gas port that pin gauged at .072. And topping it all off, I've got a PWS FSC 556 hybrid flash hider. The PWS FSC compensator, it is mentioned by name in the rules as allowed because these braking baffles are cut in half essentially to make it a hybrid flash hider rather than a muzzle brake. Otherwise, this is a fairly basic setup. Got a Aero enhanced receiver,
This upper was a stripped Sons of Liberty. Trigger is a Geisley SSAE. BCM grip, I've been liking these lately. B5 stock, obviously the EOTech magnifier, and for a buffer, I am running the Unrivaled Technologies Duty Buffer. This thing is similar to a JP Silent Captured. It's got a funky magnet thingamajig right here that occasionally made weird clicky feelings that made me feel like my gun was broken. But it runs really smoothly and nicely, and it seems quite reliable, so overall I like it. As you can see, it works like this. Oh, holy crap, as you can see, it works like that. And it's got this extra spring here at the end to take out the pop of the bolt hitting the back of the buffer tube. Now with all of this out of the way, let's get back to the video. So while we're here, while I'm loading these bags, counting out rounds, since I have to load only to 21 and these take 24. Let's do a little review of the Mazda 3. As we can see, this rental car, oh my goodness, has a backseat. This Mazda 3, my review of it is, I don't really like it that much. If we look over here, we've got an infotainment system that is just honestly one of the worst. And then right there, climate control, just not enough dials. The physical buttons are good, it's better than a touchscreen, but it's confusing in the dark. My other complaint is this car is too slow. Mazda, I know it's a economy car, but we gotta do something about this. If I want to go more than 0 to 60 in 25 seconds, we get like 3 miles per gallon, and that's not very economical, Mazda. Now, is it?
Are you ready? Stand by.
Popper, the clay goes up. Shoot the clay with your pistol. Don't tell me about that because I might miss.
Okay guys, so the audio that I recorded after this one was pretty much destroyed by wind noise and people shooting really loud guns really nearby. So we're going to just recap that really quick. That went pretty well. I was pretty satisfied with that in the moment, except for the fact that I had 2 misses. One of them was on the pistol swinger. I had 2 hits that went into the black part, which does not score. And then I had a miss supposedly on one of these rifle targets. It was immediately after I realized that the old EOTech here had hit the 4-hour auto shutoff, and I was thumbing it on the clock. But let's watch this clip back together, and you know, I'm not really seeing a miss happen here. When I was there, I was looking at the hole in the target and it looked slightly ovaled out, but I wasn't really confident in that being some sort of double where both of the holes were touching, because I was a little bit flustered still from having had to turn the optic on the clock. Back to you, past self. Take it away.
Considering that everything else went
okay-ish, but you know, we're digging a hole for ourselves by making stupid ups, so we gotta fight it back here for the rest of the day, I guess. Okay, so that was the third stage of the match for us. And it went okay-ish. I had 2 misses on the swinger in the corner. Sent a lot of rounds at it, but I only hit the top target on it. They all went into that, I guess. It was kind of hard to tell. Then I didn't get that bonus target. I should have just left it sooner. That was an okay run. There was still a lot left on the table after that. The last stage took like 2 hours, so a little bit getting tired here, but we've got 2 more stages to go. Welcome to the back seat of the rental car, guys. Back here loading a mag because it's getting kind of windy and cold out, and also the audio is probably wow, someone is letting it off right now. There they go. My other tip that I have for you guys is make sure that you don't do too much leg day activities too soon before a match, because after that jungle run stage, my legs are killing me right now. And it's getting really hard to run. So hopefully there's not too much running left on these last few stages, and I can go back to the Airbnb and just like sit down with maybe an ice pack or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's my tip for you guys today.
Are you ready? Stand by!
I just got done shooting the first classifier stage. It's the one that has the clay boobies that you have to shoot. And as you can see, the sun has left us, and it's getting kind of cold out here, so that didn't really go very well. I missed 3 out of 4 of the clays and then threw a mic on the pistol shooting because I was pissed off. I think everybody's struggling a bit today, but we got one more chance to finish strong for the day, so we're gonna try.
Shooter ready. Stand by. Slide forward, hammer down, holster.
Just got done for the day. We finished on this stage right there. If you just Just show it. Yeah, now back to me. Just got done with that, and it went really good. We finally actually kind of burned one down, finally connected a little bit, and yeah, feeling good about finishing on that. The only thing left to do at this point now is go get some dinner, go back to where we're staying, try and stretch out and ice out these legs. We finally connected right here, and it feels good, so we're going home happy. As some of you know, on Instagram I told everyone to give out some stickers if you find me at the match, and our scorekeeper right there, he didn't know what it was, but he said his brother asked to get a sticker, so we're gonna go give him one of those. I don't know who you are, but I got your sticker right here. Friends, and welcome to Saturday morning. It's beautiful. We're up in Nevada. I just got done shooting our first stage of the day. It's bright and early here. It's pretty cold, and it went pretty okay. Could have gone a little bit more one-to-one on steel, clearly, but there's a little weird thing I'm doing with my rifle. I'm using the Unrivaled Technologies duty buffer. And it's got just a magnetic slidey thingamajig in there. I'm not sure what it's called. But sometimes when I'm shooting and I want to just double a target really fast, I can feel that thing clicking around, and it feels pretty similar to if your rifle got stuck just out of battery. And it really is like a mind fuck to me because I'm not used to it at all. It just, I feel it click and I'm like, oh god, is the gun gonna go off? And then it does. So I need to try and ignore that on the next ones, but that went okay, so we'll take that.
Sure indicates ready. Stand by. Shooter indicates ready. Stand by. Ready. Stand by. Range clear.
Just got done shooting the multi-string classifier stage. You know, it's part of the match, so we got through it, and looking forward to the next one. I think it's supposed to be a little bit faster, maybe a little bit more fun. Yeah, that wasn't really my thing to be, but 3 more stages, so we're gonna have to push a little bit here to make up some ground, and hopefully we can make up a decent finish here. We've been sort of struggling the whole match there. That one was a little bit more my speed. It felt sort of like being back at a hosey USPSA match with all the targets pretty close up. Yeah, I kind of crushed that. I'm happy with that one. I think that there's 2 stages. There's 2 stages left, and they are back down there. So we're going to be hopping back in the car and driving down there now. And we'll see how the rest of the match shakes out. Hopefully we can keep that momentum from that one, because that was pretty decent.
Clear, hammer down.
Welcome back to the rental car trunk. We just got done shooting the second to last stage of the day. It went okayish. I had a miss on one of the swingers. I didn't want to take too much time shooting at them since the presentation was pretty short. And then I had another miss with the pistol that I just sent around over the top of the target, which was unfortunate. I saw it happen in the moment, but I was already moving out of there. Overall it went okay, but man, my legs are cooked. I'm just popping back in here to say probably should have left the magnifier on, because I was finding that I zeroed with the magnifier and I had to hold slightly low and left to hit those plates. That ended up being the point of aim that was getting me hits there at the end. But man, it took me a long time to figure that out. So, gotta pay for that one.
Are you ready? Stand by.
You might have noticed that I am not loading mags this time. I am unloading mags. And that's because you just watched the end of the match. That one actually went really good. There were a few little bobbles here and there, but the legs carried me through the end and we finished pretty strong. If only we could have shot the rest of the match like that, things might have shook out a little bit better for us.
Hi. Hunter. Do you have fun? You know what? I did have fun. It was a struggle. It was a challenging match. It was. I did some of the worst shooting of the year, day one.
Me too. Me too. We both had a rough time, but you know, sometimes you just have to take a big fat L.
Yeah.
Press up in the chest. Just keep the smile going.
That's
somehow,
it.
you know?
And you know what? Today was a lot better. It was a little bit of a cold start. I think it was like 35 degrees this morning.
It was pretty chilly. The hands got a little.
I had snow pants on.
Did you really?
I had like 9 layers up top. I was like the Michelin man. But the sun came out, started feeling like normal shooting.
Yeah, it's nice out now.
And we cleaned up these last 3 stages.
Yeah, we were able to finish strong. I heard you finished strong. I
This
finished
was how
strong.
to get the gun apart. It was like, because
You're strong, man.
Damn,
Don't let his lanky figure fool you. He's got some muscle. Okay. But yeah, we finished strong on these last stages. So say something inspiring.
You won't find
inspiring to them. You know, even when the going gets tough, we still persevere, right? Yes. And
like a 1 in like 2,000 chance.
you know, you gotta risk it to get the brisket, and when you grab life by the horns, you get the hooves. So occasionally, get ready to kick up some dirt. You know what I'm saying? But seriously, get out, shoot some competition. Even the challenging matches, you learn a lot. I learned that my eyesight is as bad as I thought it was, and I am going to supplement that with magnification. And even at any level, you're going to be learning stuff every match that you shoot. So get out and shoot as much as possible. This is the best way to test your skill, improve your skill, and understand what you need to do to get better.
So expect some more content on how you can get started, how to get out there, and some tips on how to improve faster coming up soon on the channel. Tips and tricks. Oh, yeah. Right, I thought he was grabbing something out of the Okay, bringing it back for a little bit of final thoughts on the PCSL Practical Competition Shooting League 2-Gun Championship. Honestly, I had a blast. If you weren't there, you kind of missed out. It was a great time. The stages were a lot of fun. I personally learned a lot about my shooting and things that I'm going to do now to improve in the future. How do I use something like this to inform how I intend to get better after this? Because I intend to come back next year and I intend to kick some ass. I basically have, 25 minutes worth of data watching back all of the footage from this, and I can definitely see some things that I need to improve at. For example, shooting small pieces of steel offhand with a rifle, and just, rifle precision in general kind of escaped me at this match. And honestly, I'm pretty excited to practice those things. And I think that is where I'm going to use my 5.56 and 2.23 in the coming year, rather than using it to just, absolutely blast at close range targets, which is my favorite, but it's not the area where I'm going to get the most benefit. The other big takeaway for me that I had from this is that I just need to work on the patience. When things start to go wrong, I start trying to push and I dig the hole deeper for myself, and that definitely was sort of represented in the result. For the practical division, I ended up finishing, within the top 15, but I could have easily finished a lot higher if I just had a little bit more patience to correct rather than just start blasting. Yeah, like the percentages were not that far off, and I could have easily had a much better finish there. So, lessons learned. Anyway, wrapping up, my final thoughts on PCSL are it's pretty cool, and I really like the chill vibes. I like shooting 2-gun, but with hit factor scoring. That's very fun because you definitely have to push speed, but precision is also very important. I hope you all enjoyed this saga of shooting 2 guns in the desert with me. I'm learning a lot making these, and I want to make them more immersive and make it feel like you guys really came with me. So I think next time my goal is to just film way more so I can tell you guys a more interesting story. But in the meanwhile, I hope you all have a really, really nice Merry Christmas and a great New Year. And I'll see you next year.